public comment later on in the meeting. We are here with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, and we are here for a stakeholder group meeting on the Dallas-Fort Worth 8-hour ozone state implementation plan. We are here to update the public on recent developments related to the state implementation plan, also known as SIP, and the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and to take public comment on what measures we could consider when developing our plan to show that the area will meet the 1997 8-hour ozone standard by the end of 2012. This is your opportunity to tell us what should be done to help reduce ozone in the DFW area. And we're going to ask you later on, after presentations, to please get up and give us your comment. And it is our goal today not to decide anything. And please be assured nothing is to be decided today, and we'll restate that several different times during the meeting. It is only to take your comments so that we can later on consider them in the process. When you walked in, you were asked to register and indicate whether or not you wanted to speak. You should have also picked up an agenda and other documentation that will be discussed here tonight. If you haven't already done that and you want to do that, please do so at this time. It is critical if you want to speak that you sign in and indicate that, because right when I left the front table we had at least 30 people signed up to speak, and we need to make sure we give everybody a sufficient amount of time to at least get up and make their comments. So if you haven't done that and you think you might want to, please go sign up now. We are also amplifying and recording the meeting. So I'm going to ask everybody to please speak into the mic so that we can make sure that everybody can hear what you're saying and what your suggestions are, and that we get a good recording of what those are. And also, and I'll say this again before we start taking comments, I'll let everybody know how much time we have for each speaker. If we get through everybody and we have time, we can go back and people can speak again and say more. But we have the room until 9 o'clock, so I want to get started as quickly as possible with the main part of the meeting. Before we get started, let me just go through a few of the preliminary things. Please turn off your cell phones if anybody still has them, pagers, or silence them. And the facilities are through the glass doors, through the lobby, and over off the hallway to the right. There's also water fountains there as well. And lastly, please hold your comments or questions until after the presentations are made, and that way we can get to your comments that much quicker. And with that, I'd like to introduce the Chief Engineer of the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, Susanna Hildebrand. Unless there's something else preliminary that I've forgotten. Nope.
Good evening. As Bridget said, my name is Susanna Hildebrand, and I am the Chief Engineer at the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. First, let me thank you sincerely for coming out tonight. Obviously, air quality is important to you, to take the time out of your lives this evening. I'm sure that there are plenty other things that are on your personal agendas, and I appreciate you taking the time tonight. We are going to give you some information about where we are in the SIP process. We are at the beginning stages. This is the opportunity for us to put everything on the table and examine all of those pieces so that when we move forward and create the plan and draft the rules, that we know we've examined everything. So let me make sure that I have everything I wanted to tell you. Also, unfortunately, I do have to leave right at 9 o'clock, so if you see me running out, I'm not running away from you. I just have to leave. So our goal tonight is to learn where you are, what your concerns are, what you would like to have us look at as a part of this planning process, and we're here to listen to you. We're going to talk about our process just so you know where we are. And with that, I think Kathy Singleton will be starting our presentations. Thank you very much.
Tonight we are here to discuss the Dallas-Fort Worth 1997 8-hour ozone reclassification state implementation plan. So we're going to have three parts to this presentation: a SIP update, modeling, and SIP development, and potential control strategies. As far as the SIP update, let's look at a little bit of background information first. The 1997 8-hour ozone standard is attained when the ozone design value is 84 parts per billion or less. The design value is the annual fourth highest daily maximum 8-hour concentration averaged over 3 years. The DFW 9-county area was designated as non-attainment for the 1997 8-hour ozone standard on April 30, 2004. And you'll see the counties listed for you there. The 9 counties are Collin, Dallas, Denton, Ellis, Johnson, Kaufman, Parker, Rockwall, and Tarrant. The area is classified as moderate, and the attainment deadline was June 15, 2010, just passed. The DFW areas, as far as our DFW reclassification, the area's 2009 design value of 86 parts per billion exceeded the 1997 8-hour ozone standard. The DFW area will be reclassified to serious with a new attainment deadline of June 15, 2013. As a result of this reclassification and failure to attain, TCEQ is required to do these 3 things: trigger the area's contingency measures, submit a SIP revision that will demonstrate attainment of the 1997 8-hour ozone standard by June 15, 2013, and submit a SIP revision demonstrating that the area is reducing nitrogen oxides and/or volatile organic compounds emissions by at least 3% per year through 2012. And we have the contingency measures listed here. They're both from Chapter 115. The first one is the degassing or cleaning of stationary marine and transport vessels. The second is a petroleum dry cleaning system. The Texas Register Notice was published on May 21st of this year, that compliance with the measures included in the contingency plan for the DFW area's 1997 8-hour ozone attainment demonstration is necessary as a result of the area's failure to attain the standard. The affected sources will be required to comply with these rules as soon as practicable, but no later than 1 year after publication of the notice in the Texas Register. Here's a timeline, the SIP and rule timeline. The modeling is going on now through December of this year. Control strategy development, we have September through December 2010. And as far as our SIP, the proposal date for the SIP and rules is expected to be May 2011 with an adoption date of November 2011. To give you a brief look at the elements of an attainment demonstration, it's a demonstration that the state's control strategy for the area will result in its attainment of the 1997 8-hour ozone standard by June 15, 2013. It involves photochemical modeling. You'll see some parts of that. It involves a conceptual model, the emissions inventories, modeling, and we'll have a modeling presentation in just a moment, but baseline, base case baseline, future baseline, attainment test, and corroborative analysis, weighted evidence. And then we have a control strategy part that involves reasonably available control technology, or RACT, reasonably available control measures, RACM, other measures necessary to attain, and new contingency measures. And then also, as we mentioned a while ago, reasonable further progress or RFP analysis. And then the elements of the RFP is a demonstration that the state's control strategy for the area will reduce NOx and/or VOC emissions by 3% per year through 2012. The base year inventory for the RFP is 2002. RFP has already been demonstrated for 2002 through 2008. It must demonstrate additional 9% reduction of NOx and/or VOC emissions between 2009 through 2011. So that's 3% for each of those 3 years. And it must demonstrate an additional 3% reduction of NOx and/or VOC emissions in 2012.